All right, with us now to break it all down is Jesse Weber, NewsNation legal contributor and Law and Crime Network host. I don't think anybody who's been watching this relationship, this budding bromance between Mayor Adams and President Trump evolve. Mayor Adams went to Washington, D.C. to attend the inauguration, has met with them several times. Is anybody surprised by this?
No, look, Donald Trump had said, you were persecuted by the DOJ.
I was persecuted by the DOJ.
I know what it's like. And look, I have to tell you, this two-page memo from Emil Bove, and correct me if I'm mispronouncing his last name, Emil Bove, he's the acting U.S. Deputy Attorney General who sent this letter to the United States Attorney in New York. That's the attorney who's actually prosecuting this case. It does not appear that this is on the merits, to be clear, as if there's a weakness in the case or a witness.
Why do they care that it's too close to the primary for the mayor of New York City? So
the legal rationale behind this is an argument that was actually echoed by Donald Trump's legal team during the whole immunity hearing. Remember the whole, does the president have immunity? The president or the mayor is so busy with real issues that we can't be inundated with criminal prosecution. And here, the number one sticking point has been illegal immigration in this city. And that's something that both Mayor Adams and Donald Trump, they have come together on. And that's one of the reasons, having a prosecution is not going to be, he's not going to be able to fulfill, really focus on the objective. And then also, I have to say, the other rationale for why they're trying to dismiss this case, and by the way, it's without prejudice, meaning it could be refiled at a later date, but one of the other reasons is Damian Williams. So Emil Bove has put the finger on Damian Williams, who was the former U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. He was a Biden appointee. Well, he brought too much pretrial publicity to this case. Why? Because he held a press conference? He held a press conference. Press conferences are held in every kind of prosecution.
Especially when you're indicting the mayor of New York City.
So if you go with that argument, then that means any time a prosecutor holds a press conference, we should throw out the case. It doesn't feel, that's a small test.
Mayor Adams has been saying, ever since the day he was indicted on these charges, this is not impacting my job to be mayor of this great city. He has got this phrase, quote, no distractions, stay focused and grind.
Well, he was going to go to trial in the spring, and a trial can, take up some of your time. So I can understand it, but I'll say this much. There were parts of this case that seemed quite strong. There were other parts of the case I would have liked to see it explore more. He was innocent until proven guilty. I don't know if we fully knew the whole scope of the case. There were certain parts of the receipts when it talked about the travel with Turkish Airlines and, a quid pro quo scheme.
Just in case our viewers have forgotten, he was accused of giving all these free tickets and free upgrades on Turkish Airlines to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars. In exchange for doing a lot of business with Turkey.
Approving a consulate to be built here, straw donations. What I'm trying to say is it wasn't a slam dunk case. It wasn't a slam dunk prosecution. No. It was very different than, the Menendez corruption case. But there's something to be said.
So here's the question. What does President Trump get for this? He's in the middle of, our last block we were talking about the fact that he's frustrated we're not arresting more illegal migrants. He's suing the state of Illinois and the mayor of Chicago for impeding efforts to arrest illegal migrants who are criminals. Do you think this means Mayor Adams may cooperate more fulsomely with some of these raids? And by the way, in New York City, a lot of New York City voters have been very frustrated with the migrant crisis here.
Do we remember how many people voted for Donald Trump in this past election in New York? So look,
a lot of support here.
He just got a major ally from somebody who has a big presence in the Democratic Party, assuming that President Trump is behind this decision. But you know what I'm saying. But anyway, the point is,
I don't think anything happens right now in this Trump administration without his sign-off.
And look, he just won a big ally on a very important issue. And if this case is ultimately dismissed, which, by the way, it's going to Daniel Sassoon, who's the acting U.S. attorney. She hasn't responded to this yet. A judge will look at this, but presuming Mayor Adams is going to continue doing the work for the Trump administration.
Okay. Jesse Weber, thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.